let's talk about everything that we know about the Gears of War movie and some of the updates that have come out about the Gears movie as well. And guys, by the way, I'm going to be pulling some of these references from Comic Book Gaming as well as the Gears of War IMDb page, just for reference here. This is coming to us, guys, from Logan Moore of Comic Book Gaming. So, one of the producers behind the long-awaited movie adaptation of Gears of War has provided a new update on the project's status. For the better part of the past 15 years, a film version of Gears of War has been in development in some capacity. Although work on the movie has never gotten far enough along to actually attach a big-name actor to the project. It sounds like we could hear more about the film's current status before too long. In a new conversation with the Digital Fix, Dylan Clark, who was one of the producers of the Gears of War movie, was asked if he could share anything about its development. Although Clark, who was busy promoting the Batman, declined to say anything about Gears of War, he did express that news of some sort could be emerging before long. I'm glad that you're interested in it, Clark said. It's something that's been a passion of mine for a very long time. I think very soon there will be an announcement, which is huge, guys. I've been very excited about this. And you know, part of the reason why I'm excited about it, and I mean, obviously, movies that are, or games that are adapted into movies usually don't do very good. I mean, the best one that I can think of more recently was Mortal Kombat. I thought Mortal Kombat was awesome. Some people didn't like it, but I thought it was great. But usually, when you have a video game franchise that's adapted into a movie, it's usually not very good. I mean, think of Max Payne, think of Assassin's Creed. I mean, there was so many opportunities for these movies to be great, but there's such an emphasis on trying to be kind of like the games, and I feel like the filmmakers that they get to make these adaptations are usually not very good, and that's why I'm a little bit concerned about the Gears of War movie. However, I do believe that if you make the Gears of War movie pretty good, even if it's a decent movie, not even a great movie, just a decent one, it's going to put more spotlight on the Gears of War franchise, which is going to help the games. So this is only going to be helping, guys, overall. It could be, if it doesn't do well, then it could be a problem, right? It may not, it just puts another negative taste in a lot of people's mouths about the Gears of War franchise. That being said, though, over the past few years, perhaps the most notable headlines that have involved the Gears of War movie have centered around actor and former wrestler Dave Bautista. For a long period of time, Bautista has been voicing that he wants to play Gears of War protagonist Marcus Phoenix in a potential movie based on the video game. In fact, Gears 5 developer The Coalition ended up putting Bautista within the latest Gears of War game, in part because of his ongoing campaign to play Phoenix. Whether or not Bautista will actually be involved with the Gears of War movie, if it does see the light of day, remains to be seen, but he's certainly one name that many fans would love to see attached to the film. So look, here's the thing. I mean, we don't know, guys, when this title's going to get announced. I mean, obviously, we're hearing, from Dylan Clark saying that, we could be getting an announcement soon. And so when I hear that we could be getting an announcement soon, I'm hoping it's going to be this year, that being in 2022, right? Just kind of get it out there. Let us know, is this something that is something that is going to be happening here? Now, if we go to the official Gears of War IMDb page for the movie, it has here, on the planet, Sarah, a former POW, is a civilization's best hope in their fight against the Locust Horde, a race of creatures who emerge from underneath the planet's surface, intent on eliminating humankind. And so, yes, guys, it's interesting. Stuart Beattie is apparently he's, doing the script. F. Scott Fraser, he's also doing the screenplay. Chris Morgan. You got executive producer Cliff Bleszinski, who's a part of this thing. Dylan Clark's a producer. Obviously, guys, This is something that's being talked about, right? More and more and more. Now, is it something that is happening right this second? I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, because there's not a lot of information about it, and there's not even like a director attached to it. It's just kind of in a limbo state. It says it's in development, but I'm almost wondering if it's not even in the works of going through. I mean, it's probably in like a pre-production phase. I don't even think that it's actually in production right now. Like, I mean, it's probably they're working on the script. They're working on a number of things. It's interesting. This has been something that's been being worked on for a very long time. And usually that's not a good sign, because when they finally get around to it, it can sometimes be very chaotic in terms of, from a filmmaking perspective. I went to film school, guys, and I just know that when things are in a limbo state like this, it's usually not a good thing. I mean, obviously I think that you've got to have the right director, you've got to have the right script, you've got to have the right actors and such. Dave Bautista, I think, would be great, just because he brings an audience for sure. That's number one. And I think that he would play a good Marcus Phoenix for sure. I don't think he'd be as perfect of a fit as like Max Payne was for Mark Wahlberg. I thought Mark Wahlberg playing as Max Payne was awesome, even though I thought the movie was terrible. I think you've got to find the right actors for the right roles, and the right director to really, direct this thing and really move it in the right direction. Having Cliffy B as one of the executives, I think is a good thing overall. I would love to see like Rod Ferguson be involved in some way, shape, or form. I would love to see a big name director work on the Gears of War title. It would be very interesting to me to see where they go with that. But I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. I'm excited about the Gears of War movie, but we still don't know when it's coming. We know very little about it at this point. We know that it's in development currently, but does that mean they're actually, I don't believe they're on set. I don't even believe that they have. I mean, because a lot of these things would be updated on IMDb's page. They would have like who the main actor is that's playing as Marcus Phoenix. They'd have a director. They'd have those things most likely if it was in a pre-production phase at this point, or it was, actively in development. So, I'm going to keep you guys posted as more information comes out about the Gears of War movie, but right now, we don't know much. What do you guys think though? What are you excited about with the Gears of War movie? What would you guys like to see in terms of that? Would you prefer to have a Gears of War movie or a Gears of War show, kind of like what we got out of Halo? That would be something interesting. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts about that. I personally think I'd like to see a movie more so than a show. A show could be fine, but I think if they really did well with a Gears of War movie, who knows? Maybe it would greenlight a show. That would be something really interesting. But what do you guys think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below. And for more Gears of War movie content and videos, stay here with Zero TV.